And welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Let me get this all straight. Bam, bingo, there we go. So, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I am excited for the upcoming season. First and foremost, guys, it's been a long time. I'm officially back, people. The podcast will start to come back on. And all I want to say is I thank all of you guys for sticking in there with me and just hanging on. Guys, now the time is now. We're back. Football season is about to begin. This is officially football month. Okay? Hell, even NFL preseason about to start this month, people. So please be ready. But most importantly, Aggie football is back. We will be arriving in September. However, this is practice this month. This is about to be officially done with talking season. We have gotten it out. But with that being said, guys, we still got some more things to talk about, okay? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And guys, it is time. I miss it a whole lot. My wife misses it. She don't want to tell me anything, but she misses it as well. Guys, we're back. Happy birthday, Mr. Trenton White, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you, okay? I hope everything is all good. And we are blessed to be here. And we're blessed to keep going. Guys, I've tried to keep everything from out of the background. But you guys can see my tank back there. I guess it's got a wide open camera on it now, man. I keep on forgetting that these iPhones keep on updating. But nonetheless, I will be getting me a professional camera soon. I got to go ahead and get off of the bull crap. Okay? So guys, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alright? For all of the newcomers that's out there, this is a A&M podcast. Okay, we have several of them out there. No, don't get me wrong. It is several out there. But this is officially an A&M homemade podcast. Okay, this is not the professional look. This is all homemade. As you can see, I got my back window in the back. This is all homemade here. All right, so guys, once again, man, I'm just excited to be back. I have not been in front of the camera in a very long time, man. I know my wife just had something with her candles. She went out there for a back to school drive and stuff like that, but she was also selling candles at the event, man. So, like I say, this is going to be something here, all right? So, once again, guys, let's talk about it, all right? So who was all at this pool party? Because pool party is known for one of the biggest summertime events, not only for Texas A&M, but it's all around the college football world. Okay, they're not the only ones that had something. The guys down the road, they had something as well this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. LSU had something. Auburn had something. Alabama had something. I believe Georgia may have had something. But it is the end of summer pool party for Texas A&M. How the way they did it this year, though, and where I don't know if you guys are all on Twitter or not, but how the way they done it this year, it looked like that was a recruiting picture. You know, they had the guys standing right there, take a picture, and it had like the whole summertime backdrop. I love it. You can tell this year that is not the same recruiting team as it was from a year ago. That is not the same guys. I'm pretty sure most of them in there might be the same, but those are not the same guys. This is a different energy in the room. It is very different. I'm very excited about this recruiting class that they're putting together for 2024. Okay? I'm just going to name some of the commits here, and then I'm going to just generally name all of the guys who were there at that pool party. The most notable names, the two most notable names here, and which was a maybe, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys are on TexAgs, and this is going to come from the TexAgs site. I want to give Ryan Brunninger his credit here, okay? So this is from TexAgs, and this is Ryan Brunninger himself. He had all of the list of names and stuff like that of all the guys who had come out and stuff like that. So So far as the commits are concerned, well, let me get back to what I was saying. The two big names that had a maybe on it and that did not show up. It was five-star wide receiver Mika Hudson and five-star defensive lineman Colin Simmons. Okay? Please do not count those guys out, though. I do not want you guys to do that. Just know that they weren't able to make it. I believe Mika Hudson, he was at Texas Tech for their weekend. You have to remember that Texas Tech has a strong family tie with Micah Hudson in his family, okay? His family is Texas Tech alumni. All right, so please keep that in mind. Colin Simmons, Colin Simmons was at LSU. I'm gonna be real with you right here. The biggest battle that I see for Colin Simmons is LSU itself. It's not Texas. I know a lot of people want to say Texas because he did take a visit down there and stuff like that. But it's not Texas, man. It is strictly LSU. I don't know what's all going on with LSU, but from what I'm hearing, most of those, and forgive me for if you guys believe that I'm putting these guys on blast, but from what I've heard is that those guys in Duncanville, I'm talking about the coaching staff, they don't really interact with Texas A&M coaches as well. I'm not sure what's the deal. I'm not sure what the deal is right there, but I'm being told that most of those guys down there push away a lot of those guys from coming to Texas A&M. The only most notable one that I know that was almost a part of that 2021 recruiting class, or that 2022 recruiting class, was the guy that ended up down there in Ohio State. I promise you that was about the closest that we got to, I think, anybody I know from Duncanville lately. But that guy, if we would not sign that many 5 stars like we did on the defensive line, I honestly think he would have come to Texas A&M. All right, but anywho, that is what I've heard lately. Hopefully that's not true, but that's what I've heard lately. I've heard that about Duncanville, and I also have heard that about DeSoto. I've heard that. But I mean, all in all, man, winning helps you recruit, no matter what school they're coming from. I respect Jimbo Fisher because he did break that North Shore curse. All right, he ended up signing 2 guys from North Shore. Just so those 2 guys that signed from North Shore, none of those guys stayed. None of them. And I hate it, but none of those guys ended up working out and staying. I believe they did enjoy themselves except one. But, I mean, man, they just didn't end up staying. So Jimbo is working on another one from North Shore. Jimbo is going to get it right. I believe in him, and I believe in how the way he's recruiting. All right, so just to commit, so I'm just going to list these guys. I'm not going to talk about them at all, but I'm just going to list them because we're going to move along here, okay? So, Texas A&M commits. All right, so quarterback A.J. Maddox, he was there. Princeton, New Jersey quarterback Miles O'Neal, he was there. That's very, very interesting to me because they got both of those guys on campus at the same time. I love it, I love it, I love it. They need to connect with one another, but they also need to respect the fact that, hey, man, it's going to be a competition battle once we step foot on campus. Offensive lineman Ashton Funk was there. Offensive lineman Colleen Echols was there. Offensive lineman Weston Davis was also there. Tight end Eric Connor was there. Wide receiver Cam Coleman, 5-star wide receiver, by the way, he was there as well. Wide receiver Jalen Hornsman, he was there. Wide receiver DeBron Gallen, he was there. Athlete Draylon Miller, I don't know why they list him as an athlete, but I'm going to say wide receiver Draylon Miller, he was there. Athlete Ernest Campbell, he was also there. Defensive lineman Dylan Evans was there. Defensive lineman Gabriel Relford, he was there. Linebacker Tyanton Smith was there. Safety Miles Davis was there. And safety Jordan Pryor was there. Those names that I just mentioned, that makes up almost the entire recruiting class for 2024. That's a lot of names. I think only about 1 or 2 couldn't make it, or maybe just 1, if I'm not mistaken, man. And that's it. That's it. Everybody else that has committed, that has a verbal commitment, they were all at the pool party. That is a huge, huge sign, and that's why I say I commend that recruiting staff that's on hand now, because this is a different way. Okay, very different way. All right, so a couple of guys that was in attendance that's uncommitted: offensive lineman Blake Ivy, five-star wide receiver Ryan Wingo, in which I'm hearing very, very positive news about him, and I'm hearing very, very positive news about that guy potentially building a very, very big relationship. The team that you do have to watch out for in this recruitment battle is Missouri. Yes, a lot of people don't want to think that, but it's Missouri, but it's also Texas. Okay? I know the crystal ball leads to Texas. I'm not going to believe that right just then and there, but just know that Missouri is the one that I'll be watching out of anybody. So 2024 athlete Jelani Watkins, he was there. Five-star athlete Terry Bussey, he was also there, and which was a commit. Which was a guy I thought that was going to commit to Texas A&M. I'm gonna be honest with you, but hey man, we just don't know yet. Athlete Cam McHale was there. He's a four-star as well. Four-star defensive lineman Solomon Williams was there. Four-star Nigel Smith II was there. A school that I watched for heavily in this year with the Nigel Smith is Oklahoma, all the way. Yes, Texas A&M is known for getting guys over Oklahoma any day, especially when it's the five-star defensive lineman. Hello, DJ Hicks. Hello, Gabriel Brownlow Dindy. Summer Creek linebacker Xavier Atkins, which is a four-star recruit, by the way, and he's also committed to LSU. So, and five-star cornerback Kobe Black. Okay, so that's a guy that we really, really have to watch. The competition that I see with Kobe Black is Texas. Now, this is when I will say the competition is Texas for Kobe Black. I don't see any other school just really, really in that commitment instead of Alabama. Because Alabama has a track record of cornerbacks over there going first round and development-wise. But I can see Kobe Black ending up in some maroon and white. Only thing that I will say is this here. We have to really, really, really be on that commitment like white on rice, all right? Because Kobe Black could go either way, man. Like I say, I don't expect him to leave the state of Texas. I expect him to stay home, and he could either be in a Texas uniform, or he can be in a Texas A&M uniform. Those will be the two schools that he'll go to in the state, of course. So far as out of state, though, I'm looking at Alabama being that prime target there. Okay, so we don't want him to go there. No, we don't. I'm about tired of that. So if anything, I think Jimbo is going to do everything he can do, as well as my boy in the backfield that coaches the cornerbacks. I don't know why his name's not coming to mind right now, but he does know how to win these recruits over, okay? All right, so guys, let's keep on going here. So who will be the starting quarterback? I think that's a question for everybody. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own answers. I'm going to tell you right now, if it's not Connor Wingman, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to say this once, and look. I love Max Johnson. I love the grit that's within him. However, Max Johnson has a ceiling, okay? I believe you give Max Johnson one more year in this system, he's going to be a fool. I'm going to compare him to Mac Jones, but he'll be a better Mac Jones. I'm going to say this once again. I'm going to compare him to Mac Jones, but I think he'll be a better Mac Jones. However, the play calling that Mac Jones had, that could fit any quarterback that's on earth right now. All right, that was just a system that was designed to make you look like a fool, okay, and make you look like a superstar, especially with the weapons that he had. All right, but anywho, the point I'm trying to make here is that Connor Wegman should be the starter. If he is not the starter, I have no clue what we're doing anymore. I don't, man. I just don't. And we're not going to go back to doing this anymore because we tried to do this with Haynes. We tried to do this with Haynes King, okay? And I love Haynes. I still believe Haynes has a lot left in him, but the system just didn't work for him, okay? However, he didn't have all offensive line either, but I'm not going to make any excuses. Haynes knows how to run, and he should have ran a little bit more. But anywho, Connor Wegman, I believe, will be the starter. And this is just the stats for Connor Wegman in only 5 games that he had played in. You got to remember that he did miss the Florida game. He did not start the South Carolina game, in which he should have started in that game. However, from the jump, that South Carolina game had already gotten out of hand. All right, so it is what it is on that one. But anywho, in 5 games, Connor's completions, 73 out of 132. Remind you, he's a true freshman, by the way. True freshman. His percentage, pass completion of percentage, 55.3. And this is in only 5 games. I don't know what else you can ask from that young man in only 5 games of the season that he got a chance to play in. It's nothing else that you can ask for right there. All right, and he had to work with a bad offensive line. That offensive line was very bad. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat. Okay? He had 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I'm going to say this once again. 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Let's go through the game-by-game stats. And the only reason why they're saying 5 games is because he came in at the end of that South Carolina game, and he was almost poised to make a comeback. He had 0 touchdowns, though, but he was almost poised to make a comeback. All right, so in the South Carolina game, he was 8 out of 15. That's good enough for 53.3% in only that 4th quarter, I believe, that he came in. I believe either the late third quarter he came in, or maybe at the beginning of the 4th quarter. He was 8 of 15. I mean, he just went out there and just slung it everywhere. He got 91 yards with a 104.3 passer rating. I'm sorry, I didn't even much mention the passer rating. His total passer rating for those 5 games was 132.3. Once again, I don't know what else you look for in just a 5-game stint like that, okay? So, when he played against Ole Miss, he broke the Texas A&M freshman record. I'm going to say it once again. He broke the Texas A&M freshman record. He was 28 for 44. I had no clue of what was in Jimbo Fisher when he let him go out there and just throw the ball that many times. I don't know where the passing plays came from. I don't know where the receivers came from. But everybody was just there. And everybody was playing ball. The only thing that stopped his momentum was the second in half of that 3rd quarter. I just wish that second and 3rd quarter could have went right, because we could have been looking at a potential blowout that Texas A&M would have put on the board. All right, but that shoulda, coulda, woulda. That was last year. This year, I'm just giving you what's what to come. It was 28 for 44, 63.6 percentage-wise, 338 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, with a 158.2 passer rating. Once again, I don't know what else you look for in a freshman when he's getting out there in his first full-time start. Lane Kiffin can admit he almost got his butt whooped. All right, he almost got beat. So him in the Auburn game. The Auburn game was such a bad game, and this is one of his most horrible games of the season. And that atmosphere just killed everything, man, because look, Auburn is just like Kyle Field. You get those guys on a good weekend, sold out weekend, it is very hard to come in there and play football. Because what's going to happen is that they're going to break you down into playing some Auburn football, okay? So you guys have to understand that. But anyways, he was 14 to 36 with a 38.9 completion percentage with 121 yards, 1 touchdown with 76.3 passer rate. That was by far his most horrible game of the season. I don't expect him to have one of those games again in his career. Just know that he learned. Trust me, he did. Keep moving here. The Massachusetts game. That was a bad game as well. That game was just bad all around. It was raining, just windy. Nobody was even at the game. mainly because it was cold and man, it's just all kinds of stuff happening at the game. But he was 11. He was 11 for 19. He was 11 out of 19 with a 57.9 completion percentage, 191 yards, one touchdown with a 159.7 passer rating. He was the game manager in that game. He did everything that his coach told him to do, and he perfected it. Okay. The LSU game is which is one of the biggest games. He didn't even much have to do anything in this game like that. Once again, he was 12 of 18 with a 66.7 completion percentage, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, with a 175.7 passer rating. I'm gonna say that once again, with a 175.7 passer rating. That was his best game of the season. Period. That guy didn't have to do anything. He done what the coach asked him to do, and he done what his offensive line asked him to do, which was hand off the football. Hand it to A-Chain. This is his last game. Let him go and ball. And that's what he did. He's a game manager. That's why I said if Connor does not start this season, I don't know what the hell Jimbo Fisher's doing now. And at this point, we need to start looking in another direction. Because we're not going to keep on playing these quarterback games. Jimbo, I still believe in the guy. I still believe that he can develop a quarterback. I believe that Bobby Petrino, in which is I'm about to get to right now, he can also develop a quarterback. And both of these guys have a winning records. Bobby Petrino as a head coach, he's 137 and 77. 137 and 77. 137 and 71. I'm gonna say that again. Jimbo Fisher as the head coach. He is now, I believe, 160 and 44. I mean, just unbelievable stats. Unbelievable stats, okay? It's no reason why any of these guys should go out and lose football games. I'm just not going to believe that anymore. Both these guys have everything that it takes. Yeah, Jimbo Fisher is 122 and 44. Bob Petrino has been coaching longer than Jimbo Fisher has ever had. He has about 20 some odd years coaching in the game. All right? Jimbo only has about going on, I think, about 10 now. Yeah, Jimbo has 13 years. 13 years with a guy that's 20 years that's coming back to be an offense coordinator. I understand the age. I know that. But if you're telling me that Bobby Petrino isn't going to come in and fix just a tad bit of this offense, and I'm going to look at you and I'm going to wholeheartedly say you're lying. I'm just going to wholeheartedly say you're lying, and I'm going to say, well, I just think you may not like Texas A&M, and I'm just going to flat out say that I believe that you don't want to see this work and what I'm about to get you. So a lot of people continuously say that, oh man, well, how's this going to work out? How's this going to work out? How's the Bobby Petrino hire going to work out, et cetera, et cetera? Is Jimbo going to let him call the plays? You absolutely correct that Jimbo is going to let him call the play. You're damn skippy. He's going to let him call the plays. I don't understand, Steve. Why do so many of you guys continuously say, well, who's going to call the plays? Jimbo Fisher told you himself he's going to call the plays. Hey, man, shout out to you. Huge fan from Tokyo, Japan. I thank you so much from way in Tokyo, Japan. I thank you for just getting online and, being a subscriber and following me, man. Please send me your address, and I'm going to send you something for just being way out there in Japan. I can't believe it. Hold on, guys. Give me just a minute here. Please, inbox me. I mean, ASAP, man. ASAP. Please inbox me ASAP, and let me know. Your address. Please do that, Mr. Ronnie Barker, man. All of you guys, give him a shout out, please. Shout out to Mr. Ronnie Barker out there. I forgot I have a lot of ants out here. They're trying to fall up the leg here. Here they go. I forgot these guys are out. It is early morning. Yes, my exterminator is coming out. They need to hurry and get these ants because I don't like them. I hate ants. Cannot stand them. But a lot of these guys continuously try to bring down the hire of Bobby Petrino. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't ecstatic about the hire. Don't get me wrong, because the guy I did want was Garrett Riley. But guess what? Garrett Riley turned it down. He turned down the contract. He didn't want to be here. That's okay. We want guys who wants to be here. Obviously, Bobby Petrino, he answered the phone for Jimbo Fisher when he called. So obviously, Bobby wants to be here. Understand the past, but guys, the past is the past. Okay? It's the past. Bobby Petrino wants to be a part of this Texas A&M program. Bobby Petrino also wants to be a part of something that he feels that he can create special to live on throughout the years, and he feels like he can create a remembrance. He feels like he can get this team where they need to be alongside Jimbo Fisher and the other assistant coaches that he has. Not to mention the running back coach that Jimbo went out and got. Okay? Damian Craig, that's been with him forever. Wide receivers coach. I know a lot of people don't like him because they just don't like how the way he's been developing the wide receivers. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Damian Craig went out and recruited Moose Muhammad. Look at Moose now. Damian Craig went out and got Noah Thomas. Look at Noah Thomas. He recruited Anais Smith along with Jimbo Fisher. Look at Anais. That's what I'm saying. You guys can't look at the wide receivers that left. They all left early on their own. To me, in my opinion, I don't believe nobody told those guys to leave. But they left early on their own. Now the guys that are there, Jalen Preston, he's still here. He's going to be another one. Jalen Preston wasn't much a starter and will never be a starter at Texas A&M, but I believe Jalen Preston will go late 7th round in the NFL draft next year. I believe that. A lot of these guys that try to talk down on Jimbo Fisher always points to, oh, who do we have going first round? Kevin Benjamin. Shit. The tight end. He had those guys going going a couple of first rounds. Guys from LSU when he coached them, when he's the offensive coordinator. All of that is with his resume. You guys just want to look at when he's the head coach. Because you guys want to make your reasoning sound so good and sound point. All right? Oh, well, you're making point. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I just gave you 3 wide receivers that's going to step on that field. I didn't even much mention Evan Stewart for what? Because you guys already know him. Chris Marshall, if he would have kept his head on straight, there would have been another guy. What are we talking about here, guys? Those guys just haven't left yet. When they do leave, those guys are going highly first, second round draft picks. That's Damian Craig. That's all him. Now he has Cam Coleman coming in, and he has the freshman wide receiver Micah Tees. Y'all saw him in the spring game. What are we saying? He got the Kentucky wide receiver that transferred in. Nobody even talks about him. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. This is what I'm saying. So, guys, let's keep on going here, all right? Let's keep on going. So, will the defensive line be really good? I'm just going to answer that question. That line will be good. I'm not going to say elite just yet because this is their second year. They weren't good last year, nor were they average last year. They were just there at times. They were good in the LSU game. All right, don't get me wrong, and they were good in the Alabama game. They weren't good in the Ole Miss game. They were not very good at all. Okay, they were good in the Auburn game. I'm going to give those guys that. They were good in the Auburn game. South Carolina game, they weren't good. They couldn't hold the blocks. They were good in the App State game, although App State ran it down their throats. But they were good in that game. The offense just couldn't respond. They couldn't. They could not respond. Okay? The Mississippi State game was just a total wash. It was a total wash. All right? So, guys, what are we talking about here? The Arkansas game, they were good now. So it's like, guys, what are we talking about here? So they're going to be good. I'm not going to give them elite because I'll be overdoing it. And I'll be totally biased if I was to tell you that. But they're going to be good next year. They're going to be darn good. That defensive line is going to have some stars that's going to have their names mentioned time and time again in almost every game. I expect at least 3 sacks a game this year coming up. The defensive line, running game, the run defense will be top 50 this year. I will not give them top 10 just yet. 2024, they're top 10 automatically. I would give them top 50. Are they a top 10 talented unit? Yes. Yes. Matter of fact, they're a top 5 talented unit. Top 5. However, the numbers wise, top 50 in the country next year. And that is about all you need because their pass defense will be top 25 once again. That's all I'm saying. All right, so I'm going to answer this last question when I finish talking about this stuff here. And guys, welcome back. Welcome back, guys. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I will be gone Labor Day weekend. I won't be at home. Me and my family will be going out there to Florida. But I will be watching the game out there in Florida. Trust me. We're going to go out there for Labor Day, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. All right? We're going to go. We're going to really, really enjoy ourselves out there in Orlando, Florida. Okay? Because I have one more trip that I have to get out of me for my kids specifically, and we're going to go ahead and go from there. But yes, I will be out in Orlando, Florida, watching the football game. Okay? Trust me, I will. But guys, here we go here. So this is what we're going to do. And this is some important information you guys need to know, okay? You need to really, really know this. So look at me. Don't have nothing in order here. However, let me get this in order. I will do this, all right? Trust me. Just give me a little minute here. Won't take me long. Just need to move some papers around, as you can see. Yep, here we go. That's okay. I'm gonna shock a lot of you guys. Telling you this right now. A lot of you guys are gonna want to hear this. Because we need to know what we're getting ourselves into with Bobby Petrino. I'm not going to go all the way back to them damn 2001 Louisville days. I'm not going to go all the way back to the Lamar days. I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to go back into the past. However, all I will say is that those Arkansas teams, they were very good. Those Louisville teams, they were very good. When the first time he was at Louisville and the second time he was at Louisville. It's just the last year that did not go right. I'm going to say this once again, last year did not go right. I don't know what he may have done at Louisville, but that was the last straw, and they got rid of him. We all know this, okay? So, this is what we're looking at here. So this is what we all want to know. This is what we all want to know, and I'm going to get to the most important part. So total offense-wise, okay? A lot of y'all need to hear this, and I'm cutting into my Texas Aggies time, so I'm going to wrap this up pretty quickly, okay? So the total offense here, Texas A&M was number 93 in the country, okay? They were number 93. I'm not going to describe the yards and nothing. Just know that they were number 93 in the country. Although Bobby Petrino was on the FCS level, I understand that. We all know that this man has coached on the FBS level. The team that he had on the FCS level was not good. They were most of the time injured, and he did not have any depth. What I will remind you of is this. Go back and watch the Missouri State versus Arkansas game and tell me what you think about that, okay? Because the only reason why he did not beat Arkansas is because he did not have the depth. All right, although Arkansas was that bad, Arkansas had more depth than what Missouri State would ever imagine having at any time of the day. All right, at any time of the year. Okay? So, with that being said, Missouri State total offense last year, and Bob Petrino had a 5-6 season last year. Yes, he did, people. He had a bad season as well, but it was ravaged by injuries and no depth. Okay? So, Bob Petrino total offense last year, it's number 65. If I had my calculator out here, you know what? I do got a calculator. Let me go ahead and do the numbers. I'm not going to not do that. That's up 28 spots than what Texas A&M was on last year. I'm gonna say that once again. Texas A&M total offense number 93. Bob Petrino's Missouri State team was number 65. That's up 28 spots. I'll take Bobby Petrino. Scoring offense. Texas A&M was number 101 in the country. 101. Bob Petrino, I know it, on the FCS level was number 57. That's even with a bad team. He was number 57. Let me do the calculations on that. That's 44 spots higher than Texas A&M. Passing offense. Texas A&M was number 84 in the country. I didn't much know we was up that far. They were number 84 in the country. Missouri State, even with a bad quarterback showing, because that guy was not good at quarterback, no disrespect, but he was not good. Passing offense. Yes, this is with the FCS. Missouri State was number 35. That's up 49 spots higher than Texas A&M. And that's what you guys really want to know. That's the most important one. What are we going to do with passing football? Running wise, I don't think any of us is concerned about that. Completion percentage. Texas A&M was number 105 in the country. Missouri State, FCS level, once again, bad quarterback level, number 42 in the country. That's up 63 spots higher. Thank you, Bobby. Passing per completion percentage. Texas A&M was number 70. Missouri State was number 34. That's up 36 spots higher. Thank you again, Bobby. That's up 36 spots higher. Rushing offense. Texas A&M was number 80. Missouri State was number 94. They did not have a running back like that, people. Please do not let those numbers fool you. Yes, Texas A&M was up about 14 spots higher than Missouri State. That's why I say rushing wise, we're not concerned about that because Jimbo Fisher, hell, he knows how to get a running back in and out. Apparently, he knows how to get those guys drafted like crazy. Okay? Turnovers lost. Texas A&M was number 53 in the country. Missouri State was number 13. What does that tell you? Bobby Petrino does not like his offense to turn the ball over like that. Thank you, Bobby. Third down conversions. Texas A&M was number 99 in the country. Missouri State was number 72. That's up 27 spots higher. Once again, Bobby was on the FCS level. I know that part, but his numbers are way better than what Texas A&M numbers are. Red zone offense. This is one that should shock a lot of you guys because it lets you know that we won't have to worry about this. Texas A&M was number 22. Missouri State was number 25. You put two and two together right there, we should be in the top 10 when it comes to red zone offense going forward. Time of possession. This is the real big star effect. You guys need to know this. All right, I'm giving you guys these stats for a reason, as well as I'm giving myself these stats for a reason. Red zone offense. Time of possession. Texas A&M was number 112 in the country. Missouri State was number 68. That's up 44 spots higher. So, my point of doing this is this here. If you're telling me that even with a bad team on the FCS level, that Bobby Petrino can have that team playing around averagely good, then what do you think he's going to do when he comes back to the FBS level and has a team full of 4- and 5-star recruits like you guys love to remind us of? I like that. So is the hire going to work? Yes. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt that Jimbo Fisher has already begun to not, I ain't going to say he's getting lazy or anything, but I've already begun to believe that Jimbo Fisher is hanging in the wings now. And like, no, Bobby, you got it. Do your thing. Bobby, I'm not worried about it. Am I at practice? No, I'm not, people. But I just told you I believe that Jimbo is hanging back in the wings right now, and he's specifically telling Bobby, do your thing. No, Bobby, I'm not going to interfere. If I need to, I will, but I'm not going to interfere. Okay? Do your thing. I brought you here for a reason. I'm paying you $2 million. I believe that's how much he's getting paid. I'm paying you $3 million. What in the hell I'm going to jump in there for, Bob? You're getting paid millions of dollars just like me. What's the point of me jump? What is the point of me jump? Oh, well, because from the talks all around and from what I always hear, oh, you know, man, Jimbo got this ego thing. He ain't going to let it go. I really want to know what has come of you guys believing what you guys are telling yourselves to believe. Jimbo doesn't have the ego, but because he's on the interview and he don't want to answer them any questions. Shit, Nick Saban don't answer questions like that. And every time he does, I've looked at that shit for the past 10 years. He could care less about who the reporter is. He's not going to answer the question the way you want him to answer. So what's the problem when Jimbo does it? Jimbo and Nick Saban. He's not. His name is Jimbo Fisher. Shit. Kirby Smart doesn't even answer the questions like you guys want him to anymore. This is what I'm saying. You guys want people to do what you want them to do. Nobody's going to do that. So just because they're not giving you what you want, you believe it's an ego thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's not an ego thing. You guys are just making shit up just to make it up. To feel like you were correct because you're going along with what everybody else is saying. I hate that following stuff. I don't follow the leader. I don't. You know, and you guys need to start to not do the same, okay? You guys have to stop that. You guys got to do your own research, do your own analysis, see what's what. The Petrino hire was a good hire. Was it his first hire? Hell no. Hell to the no. He wasn't the first man on the list. He wasn't. However, Jimbo called him back and said, the hell with it, I'm going with Bobby. Bobby, I think you'll fit this. You got what I'm looking for. Everybody else didn't want the opportunity, but I'm going to give it to you. You come in here and you make this shit work, we get all the way up to a New Year's Six bowl game or the playoffs, or, you know, we win the SEC. Bobby, think about all of those times you was at Arkansas when you were this close to winning the SEC. And you just couldn't do it. Bobby, come do it at Texas A&M. Come do it at Texas A&M. Win the West for the last time while it's a division. Go and win the SEC championship while it's still there before these two teams named Texas and Oklahoma even comes in. Put the leg up on them. Bobby knows that. Bobby doesn't give a shit about all the other teams in the SEC. He wants to come in because he wants to beat them once again. Why do you think Hugh Freeze came back? I believe that this year you should watch Hugh Freeze and Bobby Petrino because they're out for blood. They want to show the SEC, and they want to show two schools specifically, Ole Miss being Hugh Freeze, Arkansas being Bobby Petrino, that they should have never let them go. All right, they had their difficulties. They know that. But they want to show them, as well as the SEC, like I say, that you guys don't know what the hell y'all miss. It's still a target on Texas A&M's back. It's still a target on Jimbo Fisher's back. Apparently, nobody likes him in college football anymore. They loved him when he was at Florida State, but when he started to lose just a little bit, everybody disliked him. They started making up stuff about him. Oh, he snort cocaine. He do this and that, et cetera, et cetera. I've heard it all. Now, he's at Texas A&M. Man, this is a new regime. He's washed away all the guys who need to get up out that locker room. He's washed away even the coaches that need to get up out that locker room. Yeah, so the time is now. I'm a firm believer in this here, the question that I'm about to answer. Texas A&M will win 10 games this season. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no excuses, nigga. They will win 10 games. The offensive line play will be way better than what it was last year. And we're going to go on from there. So, guys, I thank all of you for tuning in. Once again, I'm about to get the text Aggies, and I'm about to leave because I got to wash my car. All right, so I'm about to leave in the next 20 minutes so I can stop by the car wash. Okay? So I love all of you guys. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And once again, giggle.